Gives you time to go, I don't know, throw your cat in a blender and have some cat juice, or go stick your ass in the oven and say, is it chicken in the frying pan? I don't know. Could be skunk. We don't know. Did I wash? Do I have swamp ass? Yeah. So, and since that is that, then here goes this.
You're listening to Truth on Tap with host Kevin Kirsten. You're gonna like it, or I'll kick your ass.
Yo, ladies and gentlemen, meet your adrenaline, settle in, it's medicine. Doper than a seven-man, provoking you to let us in. Vocals are effortless, hoping you never miss when approaching a specialist.
It's Stu Togo, your man Focho, your man So-So. The playing Rodo, break bread at 400. Degrees and please MCs, no need to freeze, just flee. You see, we be the best to bless the stage on a higher degree.
There's none flyer than weak, a fire the steaks, but fire we retire the beat. Desire, amplify the crease, try and compete. Design with the heat, you find my fleets dying to eat. You know?
So we all get the fat itis. My gold Midas touch reaches, streets. Your whole light is up and heats. My speech, a coal miner to a diamond beach. We've been working, searching for that perfect piece. Hey yo, my advice is to you, think twice. Jazz addicts is the crew. We get nice, precise with the rhyme on the cut. Season illest lemonade was a popular drink and it still is.
Now that you're following, it's time for the hollering. So scream for the oxygen, bright light, a halogen night light. We got them in sight, right? We're rocking the right. Where we want them, stay tight without a problem.
Excite right, don't overheat, just jump when you wanna. Fist pump when you wanna. Bass no fist is on. We gonna keep it hot in here, let's persevere. No drama, just good karma first cheer.
I put you in the sky, a peace sign for a beast rhyme. No decline, blocking stunners that release shine. We carefree at the moment and we own it. Enjoy the aerial view through your stereo components.
Focus. We known for blasting percussion and rapping production and rapping at function, slapping suckers, amassing the love is so massive. These brothers on task is the toughest. Bump this, trust us when we say my advice is to you. Think twice. Jazz addicts is the crew. We get nice, precise with a rhyme on the cut. Season illest lemonade was a popular drink and it still is.
Lemonade was a popular drink and it still is. I give more props. I give more props. Jazz addicts is the crew. We get nice, precise with the rhyme on the cut. The illest lemonade was a popular drink and it still is.
The Truth on Tap with host Kevin Kirsten.
I think it's about time for me to rhyme like a rapper. Maybe even start to walk and talk like a rapper. I wear gold chains that are fat like a rapper as I walk down the block looking dapper like a rapper. Like a what?
Like a rapper. 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 Like a rapper.
I think it's about time for me to act like a rapper. rapper. We're gonna need some really big beats for this rapper. Subwoofers in the trunk of a Jeep like a rapper, so we can make the whole block rattle like a rapper. Like a what?
Like a rap, like a rap, like a rapper. Like a rap, like a rap, like a rapper. Like a rap, 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 like a rapper.
When I smile, gold teeth like a rapper. I walk around looking for beef like a rapper. Sitting on the hood of a car like a rapper, with the girl in the charming bikinis like a rapper. I wear a baseball cap like a rapper, then I'll tilt it to the side like that like a rapper. I will make hand gestures like a rapper, not like a joker, a jester, but like a rapper. Like a what?
Like a rap, like a rap, like a rap, like a rapper. Like a rap, like a rap, like a rapper. Like a rap.
Yeah, fuck that song. I don't like it. I had the old Like a Rapper song, and this is some sort of remix. Well, let me delete that fucking shit. That's out of here. Get out of my playlist. Yeah, Dictardian refugees not allowed here. How you going to detect a liar, folks? Do you have some pretty good antennae for that? You know, some people are very good at lying. So how you going to find them? I'm not going to just sit here and read this article word for word, but I'll tell you, I'm going to place my own level of importance on the topics that they're mentioning here in this Time Magazine article and tell you, you know, little extras and little things I know about it. For example, nervous blinking. They have shown that it is a sign of deception if there is more blinking going on, especially more than normal. And here's a weird thing they also found out recently. It's not in this article. Oftentimes when someone tells you a lie, they will wait about 3 seconds after they've finished the last part of the last sentence in their lie. It could be a paragraph long. They'll give you a little smile. A little smile. That's kind of sick to me. It's like saying, you bought that, didn't you? I don't know. I mean, I don't know what the smile represents. It doesn't make sense to me. But it is something that they're finding common among those that lie. I think this was actually in psychopaths, but it may be in general. I'll have to look that up. Yeah, you don't want to look just for signs of stress, all right? Leg jiggling, I jiggle my leg all the time, and I'm just not the lying type. But you want to look for signs of stress that are not normal for that person. And here's the thing about lying. You're going to hear these tips as we go over them about how to detect when someone's lying to you. What they won't tell you, but I will, is you need to find these in clusters. Okay, you can't just have one thing going on and assume you're being lied to. You need to see a group of things going on, 2 or 3 or 4 of these types of behaviors together. Then you can start to really trust that someone's trying to deceive you. Again, this is not easy stuff to do. It does say, for example, here that research shows you can tell how smart your child is by how early they start lying. The complex brain processes involved in formulating a lie are an indicator of a child's early intelligence, they add. A Canadian study of 1,200 children aged 2 to 17 suggests that those who are able to lie have reached an important developmental stage. Yeah, it's disheartening, and yet it is an accurate marker for intelligence. It's true. Smarter and more creative people are better liars. You know, and it just makes you wonder, if you think about politics and how little government officials are trusted, and also that almost all government officials at least have some degree, unless you're a Scott Walker, but there's always exceptions. I mean, you know, a degree doesn't make you, folks. It doesn't. All it is a little piece of paper to say, I did my time here. I got your classical education, okay, depending on what school you went to. That's all it does. I like people with degrees because I know that they put in the time and study, probably to study some things that were not interesting to them, in order to expand their knowledge. And that's what a degree proves to me. That's what I like about them. Because if you don't have a degree, then I just have to listen to your dialogue. I have to look at your behaviors. I have to start doing this kind of analysis to see how intelligent you are, which I can usually tell pretty quickly. But If you tell me you have a degree and then you begin to speak and behave as if you were a degreed person, someone who understood fairly complex ideas, someone who had an IQ of 120 or better, then I like having to guess less. You know, and you can tell when people speak. You can tell. Sometimes they have a good rap, don't they? I mean, they may rehearse lines. They may go learn big words. Remember, all you need is 20 or 30 big words. Go learn them and then pepper them throughout your dialogue throughout the day, and you will appear to be much more intelligent than you really are. But what will happen with these people is they will stumble. Watch for the stumbles. If they do it often, then they're too dumb to realize they're not even fooling you. So don't tell them. Let them keep being dumb. If you tell them, they'll correct it. That's always funny to me when I hear people using big words wrong and stuff, and it's just like, oh my God. And then to think a lot of people will buy that because we don't all sit there and look at lists of long words all day. So they can fool people, especially when you get in, you know, there's some sort of a philosophical background of argument from confusion or something like that. And it does work. You confuse people and they just have to sort of buy what you say because they don't know anything about it. That's a shame. That's a shame. But so how do you know if someone's lying to you, literally lying to you? There are a lot of ways. If you're listening on the radio and you're trying to figure out if I'm lying to you, for example, that's going to be difficult for you because the studies have shown that the pitch of the voice will generally go higher during a lie. And that, what else? There are a lot of, it's funny because I'm doing it right now. There are a lot of pauses because what a person is doing when they're lying is they're having to memorize or at least play out in their mind a story that didn't happen or happened in the way they would like you to believe it happened. So they're literally filling in the blanks as they go. And it just so happens to be what I do on my show because I don't prepare for it. So you're hearing a similar type of pause and start dialogue that you would hear if I were telling you lies. And that's why you have to look for these things in clusters. And you have to look for things that are out of the ordinary for that person. Unless that person lies literally all the time, then when they tell you a lie, they're going to behave at least slightly outside of their norm. So you got to look for that. If you know them very well, you should be able to pick this up pretty quickly. We talked about the blinking eyes. Here we go. This is via Richard Wiseman's excellent book, 59 Seconds, Change Your Life in Under a Minute. They tend not to move their arms and legs so much, cut down on gesturing, repeat the same phrases, give shorter and less detailed answer, take longer before they start to answer, and pause and hesitate more. In addition, there's also evidence that they distance themselves from the lie, causing their language to become more impersonal. As a result, and I'm going to give you an example of this in a minute, liars often reduce the number of times that they say words such as I, me, and mine, and use him and her rather than people's names. Finally, is increased evasiveness, as liars tend to avoid answering the questions completely, perhaps by switching topics or by asking a question of their own. Okay, remember this. People that always answer a question with a question, yeah, that's a sign. Another thing, think about this for a second, all right? Try to see if you can remember this. I did not have sexual relations with that woman, Miss Lewinsky. You see what he did there, right? That woman. I'm so unfamiliar with this Monica Lewinsky that it slips my mind, her name even. Oh yeah, Miss Lewinsky. So he's putting distance, and this happens all the time with people that are lying. They have to practice repeatedly and know what I'm telling you now to avoid giving away these obvious signs. And again, as he said, you're going to have the distancing language and the evasiveness. Sometimes asking a question in response to a question is just an academic probe. It can also be a stunt to buy time, but it can be an indicator that you're being lied to because they're trying not to answer the question. To detect deception, forget about looking for signs of tension, nervousness, and anxiety. Instead, a liar is likely to look as though they are thinking hard for no good reason, conversing in a strangely impersonal tone, and incorporating an evasiveness that would make even a politician or used car salesman blush. How do we take it to the next level, it says? What do experts at detecting lies do? Increase load. They don't passively rely on common signs of lying. They actively seek to increase the suspected liar's cognitive load. All right, happens all the time in courtrooms. You want to ask as many details as you can to get them to first lay out a bunch of details and then see if they'll stumble over them. The more you get, the better. They deliberately make the person think harder to magnify the signals to a point where they are obvious. That's what police detectives do. Have people